If you were to check out my Facebook profile right now and read my About Me, you'd see that my interests are people, nature, sunshine, creativity, positivity, and Jesus. Those are my interests, but if you really got to know me, you'd learn that I'm also really interested in gypsies, hippies, Native Americans, antiques, weird statues, glass doorknobs, tie-dyeing, art, and the color seafoam green. These are the things that really make me, me. But would I ever put that on my About Me? No. People would think I'm a weirdo. Secretly, I guess I am kind of quirky. Okay, so it's not so secret to those who really know me. But I would never put those things on my About Me for everyone to see, because that is not professional. All of my life, I thought the most important thing for me to do to become successful was to be professional. I kept this in mind when I met past National Officer Layla Haji for the first time. I attended the State FFA Leadership Conference the summer between my junior and senior year. Layla guest spoke at the conference and totally blew me away. She was the epitome of professional. She had poise, confidence, and an aura about her that hushed the room. I dreaded the strict order from my ag teacher to ask her to guest speak at our area leadership camp. Throughout her speech, I grew more and more nervous about talking to her with every perfect move she made. All I had to do was ask her one simple question, but I was kind of freaking out. But I got up out of my seat and put my business face on. Hi, Area 9 Leadership Camp would like to make an appointment with you to guest speak at our camp if you're available. Woohoo! I just did it. Not too bad if I don't say so myself. But when I came back to reality, I realized that Layla had a goofy grin on her face that hinted that she wasn't listening to anything I had just said. Uh-oh, did I have a wrinkly collar? Layla interrupted my thoughts with, wait a second, what's your name? How could I forget to introduce myself? Well, to be honest, I didn't think she would actually care what my name was. Hi, I'm Kelli Neuman. Hi, Kelli, I'm Layla. It's nice to meet you. Now start all over. I was beyond embarrassed. I was so worried about impressing her that I didn't even think about how valuable a relationship with Layla could be. Just after a short conversation, she made me feel relaxed. She didn't care that I sounded professional or that my shirt collar was ironed. She only wanted to meet me and get to know me. Talking with Layla was so strange because she followed all of the rules of professionalism and she was totally being herself. I didn't know it was possible to do both. By being personable, Layla built a connection with me. She made me realize that professionalism is really about being personable. After that short conversation, I felt like I'd known her my entire life. In that moment, I thought of her as Layla, not the perfect, unapproachable past national officer that I thought of her as before. In that moment, I just built a relationship instead of an acquaintance, and it felt really good. Before I met Layla, there was a clear line between my personal life and my professional life. The two did not mix. When I was at home or with my friends, I felt more comfortable being myself. When I was with FFA, my professional business side came out. I had thought that I had the secret to success down. You know, the more professional you are, the more successful you are. But Layla had just completely changed the rules to the game. Have you ever felt like you really had something mastered? Like your showmanship skills or that perfect football pass. You've perfected your skills and you win with the system you've developed. And then, out of nowhere, someone comes in and shows you that you've been doing it wrong all along. That's how I felt when I talked to Layla. She made me realize that being professional is really about being personable. Professionalism is about building relationships. As I walked away baffled, I kept asking myself, what does it take to truly connect with others and build a relationship like Layla had just built with me? We can do this by being ourselves. After talking to Layla, I realized how simple it really is. In order to be ourselves, all we have to do is stop caring what other people think, find our voice, and radiate life. To stop caring what other people think isn't to stop having pride in yourself. It's to be confident in your actions and do them simply because they make you happy. On the first day of school my junior year, I met the new kid in town. Being from a small school, I loved when new kids moved in because it didn't happen very often. It was always my goal to be super friendly to them and help them have an awesome first day. I quickly realized, though, that this new girl didn't need me to take care of her or feel sorry for her. Before I could introduce myself and start playing 20 questions, she turned around and introduced herself to me. Whoa, I thought I was outgoing until I met this girl. She wasn't your typical new kid who tries to fit in and who's scared of what everyone's going to think of them. She was confident and bubbly. She liked everybody, and it was impossible not to like her. Despite the many friends that Kayla, the new girl, had made throughout the day, I wanted to make sure she had someone to eat lunch with. While walking to the cafeteria with her, she stopped me and said, "Hey, that's a really cool tree. It's a beautiful day outside. Let's eat lunch over there." And started walking. Before I could respond, she was gone. Everybody eats lunch in the cafeteria, but I don't guess there's a rule against eating in that pasture, so okay. I followed her. I find that most of my answers to Kayla are often me laughing, shrugging my shoulders, and then realizing that her ideas aren't so bad after all. Kayla never breaks any rules. She just doesn't follow the unwritten ones that society creates. Even as a new student, she was still 100% herself and didn't conform to the ways of my high school. She was never concerned with nonsense like professionalism, which was such a mystery to me. She did things that made me stop and think, well, that's definitely not the social norm, but hey, I like it. Being with Kayla set me free from the habits of society. She helped me stop caring what other people think. Why is this so important? Only when we stop caring what other people think can we truly be ourselves. Take a look at your life and ask yourself, what am I doing because it's the norm? What am I not doing that I really want to be doing? Stop listening and caring what other people think about you. Why is that so important? Only when we stop caring can we truly be ourselves. Next time you're dancing in the parking lot of a restaurant, or you're jumping on a grocery basket and flying down a Walmart aisle, don't stop just because you see someone looking at you. Keep dancing. Keep cart flying. Doing small, silly things like that are what makes life fun. Only when we stop caring what other people think will we find our voice. After getting to know Kayla a little better, I realized that she is a straight-up hippie. She is not a fan of shoes. She taught me the true art of tie-dyeing, and she always smiles with her mouth open. Her clothes seldom match, and on a free Saturday, she spends the day with her homeless friends. Kayla eventually became my best friend. She helped me realize who I really am by always being who she really is. Her quirkiness brought out my quirkiness. If it weren't for Kayla, I honestly don't think I would know who I am today or what I really like. And I definitely wouldn't be as proud of myself as I am today. I have a passion for antique shops, but I never went to one until I was with Kayla because I knew she wouldn't think I was weird like most other people would. It was only after I started hanging out with Kayla that I realized that my life goal is to be eccentric. Kayla bought me my first glass doorknobs for my collection. She digs through buckets of antique spoons with me to make jewelry out of. She supports my weird habits. Before Kayla, I never knew what I really liked because I never had anybody who thought it was so okay to be so different. When we stop caring what other people think and decide to be confident in who we are, we'll find our voice. You'll discover what makes you, you. We all have weird little habits or things that we're interested in that we're afraid to share with people because we're scared of being judged. Do you secretly like the Disney Channel? Do you secretly like to play video games but don't want to tell anyone so they don't think you're a nerd? Embrace those things about you that make you different. So why is it so important to be ourselves 100% of the time? When we are truly being ourselves, we inspire other people to let loose too. My teammate Alyssa and I have known each other for years through FFA contests, but we were never friends until state office. Halfway through the year, Alyssa told me, "You know, Kelli, I only started liking you after I got to know you for your weird, quirky, flower-picking self." My teammate Christy later told me that me totally being genuine when I first met the team helped the team realize that they could be more open too. I never would have thought that just by being myself, I could help other people loosen up. When we embrace who we are, we can radiate life and let it inspire other people to stop holding their true personalities back. I know we've all seen someone doing something really silly, like singing loudly in a McDonald's or taking goofy pictures in front of a sign. Doesn't it just make you smile to see people having fun and letting loose, unafraid of what others think? If they had been too embarrassed to do that silly thing, they wouldn't have made you smile. Think about how you act around your very best friend. You probably don't act that way in public around people you barely know. What if you acted like your uncontrollable self all the time? Probably something positive, like making someone else feel comfortable with being themselves. So stop holding it in. Live each and every day with the purpose of truly enjoying what you do and sharing that with others. Let it be what inspires other people to be themselves, just like Layla and Kayla inspired me. Elbert Hubbard described it best when he said, "The supreme prayer of my heart is not to be learned, rich, powerful, famous, or good, but simply to be radiant. I desire to radiate health, cheerfulness, calm courage, and goodwill. I wish to live without hate, jealousy, envy, or fear. I wish to be simple, honest, frank, and natural. I wish others to live their lives too, up to their highest, fullest, and best. And if I can help people, I'll do it by giving them a chance to help themselves. And if I can uplift or inspire, let it be by example, inference, or suggestion, rather than by injunction or dictation. That is to say, I desire to be radiant, to radiate life. So, this is the new Kelli. Unafraid to be myself 100% of the time. This is my mission. Let it be an inspiration to you too.